Hey guys, the Voyages of Volatility is reset and we get a new stage in the Isle of Echoes for the Primitive Urge. So let's take a glance at this one first. Of course, as always, you have to use the stronger Afflatus here because that's an 80% damage bonus that you don't want to miss. And what really matters here in this fight is that you focus this Beast Afflatus down first, because what it does is, at the end of the round, all allies gain 1 Moxie. They gain in fact 2 Moxie because the array called 4 Seasons will always be active. There are some shenanigans going on here, but yeah, you can't do anything against that anyways, so it doesn't matter. Just make sure you focus this Beast Afflatus enemy down first, so it doesn't get out of control by generating Moxie for this Plant Afflatus. This Plant Afflatus, it spreads poison across your team, but if you simply bring Fatutu, she will take care of this on her own. So you have to bring, or you should bring, a mineral type Afflatus character, such as Recoleta. This is the team I use right here with Recoleta, Pickles, and since I don't have Melania, I use Flutterpage and of course Fatutu. And there we go. Let's take a little bit of a look in how this looks in battle, and don't forget to use the Primitive Urge here as your Myth Manifest. So here we are, don't worry, we will just take a very brief look. We will not watch the entire battle, but yeah, bring the Primitive Urge, focus down this Beast Afflatus character. You could, if you really wanted to, also go for a Beast Afflatus type team here with like Jay, Mrs. Bubble, Anionala and stuff, but yeah, it is more recommended to focus down the Beast Afflatus first, and that's why you should bring mineral Afflatus characters, such as I did here with Recoleta, or you can use Geo, whatever mineral type main DPS you have at your disposal. And that's pretty much all about it. If you bring Fatutu, that should be enough of survivability. Do know that these enemies, they deal quite a bunch of damage, so like they could, for example, in the very first turns, if you do not activate Fatutu's damage share, they could kill my Flutterpage, for example, if RNG doesn't like me, you know. So yeah, they deal quite a bit of damage, but as I said, like if you bring Fatutu, you will be completely fine. She will cleanse the poison. Her damage spread buff will keep your team alive, and that's really all about it. Bring DPS, bring Fatutu, and you're gonna be fine here no matter what. Focus on the Beast Afflatus and then 4v1 this plant type, and you should finish the battle no problem. The Primitive Urge again is also very advantageous here. And yeah, that's all about this fight. We can now move on to the Voyages. As always, we have 3 battles, and we will take a look at battle number 3 first, this one here on the right hand side. And you're gonna have 4 birds, 2 birds at a time, and Isolde as your opponents. Now you can approach this fight in 2 different ways. You could either go and focus down these birds first. If you decide to go that route, then you should only attack them with rank 2 and 3 incantations, because that grants you a hefty damage bonus. The more recommended way would be to focus down Isolde, because yeah, you don't really need to waste your time with these birds. You can just obliterate Isolde and you're gonna be fine. She is from the Mineral Afflatus, so bring Star Afflatus characters. Bring again someone that can cleanse burn, as Isolde will inflict stacks of burn, and when these stacks reach 40, then it might get a little bit out of control. But yeah, bring something like the character 6 or again Fatutu, someone that can cleanse the burn, and you're gonna be totally fine. Again, bring Star Afflatus characters, and especially Star Afflatus characters that excel at using extra actions, because at the start of every round all of your allies gain 2 stacks of schemed, whatever it's called. And that gives you 10% damage bonus on follow-up attacks. And yeah, every single turn. So that is recommended here. The team that I used is Liang, Fatutu, Flutterpage and 37. You can bring an impromptu team or a team with Geo, or right, something that excels at using extra action and a DPS from the Star of Latest. Don't forget to use the Myth Manifest Star of Misfortune here, and if you follow these rules, these advices, then this battle will be a walk in the park. Let's again just take a brief look as to how things look in battle. You will see right here that I just focused down Isolde, and those birds, they just go down, by the way, because my 37, my Flutterpage, Fatutu, all these extra actions, all these follow-up attacks that happen here, they kill the birds anyways. I don't even have to focus them down, you know. And then yeah, the Star of Misfortune does his part. Liang does a lot of AoE as well. 37, like, you know, I think you know this team at this point. You know, you are very well aware of what all these characters do. And yeah, this is actually the easiest fight. If you have impromptu, then yeah, you will be even better off here. And like beat this in like 2 or 3 turns, honestly. I don't know how many turns I need. I need like 5 or something like that. Yeah, this is turn 4, and the battle will be over on turn 5. So yeah, see, Isolde is already almost down. Yeah, and that's about the fight, guys. Like if you really want to go nuts here, then you should have something that cleanses burn. But I mean, look at my characters. 37 has 30 stacks of burn. Salso does Flutterpage, Fatutu has 19. You know, you don't even really have to cleanse that burn, honestly. Just obliterate these enemies as fast as you can with Star of Latest characters, and they should perform extra actions. And that's about the fight, guys. Then we have battle number 2, the one in the middle here, and that one is a little bit more here tricky, let me say it like that. It's definitely more difficult than the first battle. That is because they grant themselves a shield every 2 rounds, and that shield is actually quite huge. Then yeah, when an enemy dies, you lose 3 Moxie and you gain Disconcert and stuff. All of that doesn't matter. Like, the only part that matters here is again burn, right? You can just ignore it. The thing that matters here is the shield, so you should bring heavy damage. How do you do that? You bring Beast of Latest characters. That is a huge advantage here. So again, characters like Anionala and Jay in combination with Mrs. Bubble and stuff, you know your DPS characters from the Beast of Latest. And if you bring them, you will have a huge advantage. If you don't bring Beast of Latest characters, then their shields will be quite huge. Let me show you how that looks. So here we are, just real quick, taking a look at these massive shields. They are pretty heavy. Yeah, you should bring the Beast type of Latest Myth Manifest, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really do anything. So bring whatever Myth Manifest you want, and you should be fine. Yeah, I'm stacking poison here. I apply debuffs. I try my best to deal as much damage as I can, and I almost took them down, you know. But yeah, you can see here, like, I'm going completely nuts with my Portrait 5 Lucy, and they take a punch. They will from time to time freeze one of your characters, and yeah, they apply burn and yada yada, you know. It's just, you need a good amount of damage here to kill them in time when you face this battle on hard mode. Like, that's pretty much the entire point here. There you go, you see these shields and how much damage it takes to get these shields off is pretty huge.
Truth is a light to be followed.
I mean, yeah, you will have an easier time if you have Beast of Latest characters like Jay, like Anionala. Then you will have a much easier time here. Yeah, and characters that have counter abilities are also pretty good. They will attack you back. It will be a little bit of a back and forth. I realized that because I play Mrs. Bubble here with her ultimate, and yeah, characters that have counter incantations are pretty beneficial. So yeah, the character J in combination with Mrs. Bubble here and Anionala, that should be the best possible setup. And yeah, that's about this battle, guys. Just look at this beautiful garment for 6, and then we can move on to battle number 3. And then we have battle number 3 or battle number 1, like the battle here on the left hand side. This one is the most simple one. You have just one enemy, that is DK. She's from the Intellect Afflatus, and all that is to say here in this battle, as everything that you cannot avoid it. It's gonna happen, like, no matter how you approach this fight anyways. She will get leech rate and she will do more damage and so on and so forth. You can't prevent that, so it doesn't matter. What matters a little bit here is that she focuses the leftmost character. Here you can see this. At the end of the round, if this unit is still under awaiting trial, which she will mostly be, most of the times be, then she performs a one target attack on the leftmost enemy character. That will be most often your main DPS. So don't put your main DPS as your leftmost character, as the leftmost character of yours will receive the most damage that DK deals in this fight. So that's really the only thing that is to say here about this fight. Don't have your main DPS as your leftmost character, and that's all about it. You cannot gain the Afflatus advantage here unless you have Tuesday, right? You don't want to use A-Knight. So yeah, Tuesday would be the most beneficial character here to bring, so Poison Team would not be too bad, but yeah, don't have Willow, don't have Tuesday as your leftmost character. Remember that. And that's really all about it. Those were the Voyages of Volatility, guys. And the last stage for the Primitive Urge. I hope that was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate that. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.